too muggy or humid. It's actually pretty breezy. But I thought I would come on and kind of share a little story with you guys. I have a lot of friends that are surprised when they hear that I ride bike everywhere, or ride a bike everywhere. There's a lot of people that have a lot of fear with riding bikes, and if they're not in a super secure bike lane, they're pretty sketched out to go out in the street and just go somewhere. But let me tell you, it has been amazing. I have been riding bicycles for over 5 years now, but it wasn't always that way. I absolutely love the ride every time. It always brings me to a really happy place. My body is moving, my legs are working hard, I'm relying on my breath. Oh, it's so good. I love it when I can just put into all this energy into getting from point A to point B, getting some fresh air, soaking in the sun. And it's really cool. Like, there's this little nod that bikers do to each other when you're kind of passing one, or they're coming in the opposite direction. You just kind of, you can wave if you like, or you just kind of do a nod, you know, like to kind of recognize the other one. I started biking in New York City, which is where I'm from. I was living in Queens. I was broke as hell. I was like 23 years old, working 2 jobs, one at Trader Joe's full-time and then part-time at Starbucks as a barista. And I needed to save some money. My wallet was like, hello. So the monthly MetroCard bill, I guess, was like $120 a month at that time. And I figured I would buy a bike and save money. And I was scared. I'm telling you, I was so fearful of the road. I wasn't confident on a bike quickly. I was scared that I wouldn't have control, or if something were to happen, I wasn't sure what to do, or I just felt very vulnerable. It's just your human body on a bicycle. You know, if a car is coming at you, yeah, good luck. So even with a helmet and everything. But my wallet was really crying, and that's what really truly motivated me to do it. And as soon as I started biking, I realized how awesome it was, and I gained confidence, and I started going on longer bike rides, because at first it was just like a 1.5 mile bike ride to work. It was through quiet, peaceful streets in Queens, but soon enough I was biking into the city. 9-mile bike ride, 12-mile bike ride through heavy traffic. Not a big deal. I mean, okay, who am I kidding? Of course, big deal. And to this day, oh, you can hear me screaming to the top of my lungs sometimes, like maybe a truck is turning onto the lane right next to me and there's a bus on the other side of me, and all of a sudden I'm in like this alleyway between the truck and a bus on my bike, and I'm just like, ah! Or lots of road rage too. Pedestrians are crazy. I mean, the ones on foot, they just kind of run right up to you. So yeah, road rage is a thing when you're biking in New York City. But overall, it's pretty thrilling and fun. My brother describes it, and he says it's kind of like a video game. Maybe like playing Frogger or something. It's also pretty funny biking as a woman in New York City. All of the catcalls I get as I'm like flying by on my bike. Like, come on now, am I really gonna stop for you? This one guy literally offered me a car. Like, I biked by and he's just yelling from the street corner like, hey baby, I'll buy you a car. Okay, first of all, who said I wanted a car at the time? I was actually having a blast biking. Second of all, it sounded way too good to be true. I didn't stop. Okay, so I am a woman who is was about, I don't know, 50 or 60 pounds overweight. You know, I'm not in the best shape of my life, and I'm not always biking as much as I would love to, but I lived through places that had a lot of winter, like New York City and Montana. I did figure out ways to bike in New York when it got chilly, and it was still kind of bearable. I just, you know, as long as you have the right gear, it's doable. You know, you need some really good gloves, more like mittens actually, so that way your fingers can kind of keep themselves warmer with body heat. But as long as you wear the right gear, winter's okay. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is, as a woman, it's just been really funny, like getting some reactions of people when they hear that I'm biking. My family thinks I'm nuts. My mom's like, oh my god. My grandma's like, ay bendito. She's seen me biking for years now, and it never gets old. Like how shocked she is when I come to her house with my bicycle, and she's like, oh my god, this big thing. Oh. She just thinks I'm really daring. Maybe she just thinks I'm really brave. But it's really funny to see her, and she tells me, oh, you just need to find yourself a husband, a man who's gonna take care of you and take you where you need to go. I'm like, Grandma, no, I like my bicycle. But even you know, other women, they're like, how dare you, oh my god. I don't know, it seems like there's a lot of fear, you know, and it sounds intimidating to get on a bicycle and go where you need to go, especially through a big city. But it's awesome, and I just feel like it's one of those things that I love to share with my friends and share with people and let everybody know, to help like encourage you and empower you to get on a bicycle and go check out some sights, you know, and use your body, move your body to get you places. It really doesn't matter where you are in your fitness level or how you feel about how tired you might get, how quickly you might get tired. Just go for it, you know, even if it is just a mile and a half bike ride, even if it is just renting a city bike and checking out a few parks in the city. You know, you don't have to go and buy a really expensive bike. Actually, I went to recycle a bicycle in New York, and I bought a used bike, and it was like from the 80s, rally. It was like as soon as I walked into the shop, it reminded me of my mom's bike when I was a child, and right away I was like, that's the one. And at Recycle a Bicycle, all their bikes cost the same price, so you're not really shopping for a price, you're just like getting the bike you need. And so I paid $275. It was a rainy day, and I had wanted a bicycle for a long time. I was thinking about it for a while, but that morning it was raining and pouring. I didn't care. All of a sudden I woke up and I was like, I need to go get my bike today. Like, today is the day. And it didn't matter what the weather was doing. So I went out to Manhattan, went to Recycle a Bicycle, found my beautiful Rally, bought her, and I biked 8 miles through the pouring rain, and it was like the first long bike ride I've ever had. So yeah, basically, like, you can do it. Like, if you really wish to bike, if you really wish to have more fitness in your life or feel good about your body, biking is like such an easy thing to incorporate into your daily life, whether it be part of your commute or, you know, you go biking a little bit every day or on the weekends. And a bike is pretty small, you know. I know New York City, where some apartments are really small, but you can figure out a way to store it, I'm sure. Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh, and you know, in his younger days, my dad was really into biking, and so he loved sharing stories of when he was on a bicycle in New York City, like in the 80s and 90s, before he had us, or when we were young, and he would bike so many miles with his buddies. Like, he really loves biking. He doesn't do it so much anymore, but anyway, whenever I'm on a bicycle, I always remember my dad. I always feel like it's something really cool that we both share, this love for biking. My dad's still around, you know, he's still alive and well, but he lives far, far away, so don't get to see him much. So it's really cool that we can talk about biking. But that story about the first bike I ever bought is still in New York City in my aunt's backyard, and I still use that bike every time I fly out to New York. Someone asked me in the past, oh, do you take your bicycle on a plane? Hell no, that sounds really complicated. I do have a bicycle with me currently, and I had bought her in Montana, so I was using her while I was living in Montana. So at this point, I am driving across America in my CRV, and I have my bike on a bike rack behind my car. But I'm gonna give you a quick little tour of my bicycle. Okay, friends. Hey, hi. Felt like taking off my shades. So here's the thing. I don't know much about bicycles. I also don't know much about fixing bicycles. And yeah, so with that said, you don't really have to know much about bicycles when you're buying a bicycle or getting into biking. Of course, the more you know, the better it will be for you, because if you do break down on the road or whatever, then at least you know how to fix a flat or patch up a flat or do whatever it is you need to do. And it's, of course, safer and just better to be self-reliant, so like, why not? But honestly, I've fixed one flat in the past, like with patches and stuff, but it was with a friend, and he was showing me how to do it. And also, like, my dad has showed me how to change out a tube, but I personally have not done it yet myself. And of course, just like most humans, I remember things more easily when I actually practice them and do them. So until the day comes where I absolutely need to change a flat or fix a flat with a patch or something, I can't really tell you how to do it. I would probably just go on YouTube and use my little kit that I had bought at REI. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna show you my bike. She's a sweet little thing. She doesn't really have a name. I guess I just call her Giant because that's the brand name that she's gotten, and she has a giant place in my heart. Okay, there she is. I love that she's yellow because that just brightens up my day, just like the sun. And so, she's about 3 years old, 3 years old in my life, but she was also a used bicycle, so who knows how old she really is. I went to this place called Second Wind in Bozeman, Montana, and bought her for $400. Might be a little expensive, I have no idea, but at the time I was like, all right, yeah, she's the one. Yeah, so I just got the wraps redone, or the tape redone. It's this brand, Fizik, Fizik. They're really good. They feel amazing. I love them. And I mean, the color, come on now, it's the perfect color for my bike. I've had this flower on my old bicycle at Burning Man, and for 2 years that I went to Burning Man, so I kind of just kept it on this bike. It's a nice little memory of all the biking that you do at Burning Man, because that's pretty much the only way to get around. So then I have this bell, or better yet, Taco Bell. Haha, yes, I love it. It makes me laugh, it makes me smile. I always try to surround myself with things that make me happy, so yeah, that's a beauty. That's a brand new little bell, super cute. This thing right here holds my phone. I found it on Amazon. It also like easily turns this way if I need it to be horizontal or vertical, but I like it the long way, this way. It's awesome. This really fits any phone. It's very, very, very stretchy and really strong, and so it just fits any phone pretty perfectly, and I love this thing. The only thing about it though is sometimes when I want to make videos when I'm on my bike, it's kind of hard to just get it out, pop it off, and put it back in, but I guess that's better. That way the phone is not falling at all. So, and then what else can I tell you about this bike? She's got a lot of speeds. Have no idea how many. I can't even really explain to you how these speeds work. I've asked for some help at the bike shop to explain to me really, but I just kind of know how to press the buttons and make it work for me. But I really like these handlebars. They're super fun. I love going down here. Makes me feel like I'm going super fast. Meanwhile, I'm probably not, but hey. And yeah, and then I have a bike rack back here, which I barely use, but it came with the bike. I love that bike rack though, because it also serves as a blocker for like if it's raining or something, or if I'm like in a really dirty, muddy terrain. It just holds everything back here. Everything splashes onto this instead of my back, so I get less wet and less dirty, so that's pretty sweet. But if I do want to put something back here, usually just bungee jump. Yeah, we're not going to bungee jump on a bike. I usually just use some bungee cords. If I really wanted to, I could get like a basket and put it on there, but that's all right. I usually just go with a backpack, and that's that. Oh, okay, I'll tell you some other things too. So you see this right here, this chain? At the bike shop in Queens, the guys kind of MacGyvered this like really cool way to secure my seat. My friend Bryant got his seat stolen like twice in a month one time, and I was like, oh hell no. And so I was looking for a lock, but locks for your bike seat are like $60, and that's not fun. And the guys at the bike shop just kind of put this like chain here, zip tied it there, and then put it around some bars in here. And they were like, well, you know, if there's someone walking around looking for a bike to steal a bike seat from, and they see this, they're gonna be like, all right, that's too much work, and they're just gonna keep it going and go find some other bike that they could easily just pop it off, because mine usually just easily pops off right here with this lever. You just push it up. So kind of MacGyvered a bike lock. And I do have locks for my wheels. The cap fell off here, but that is a special lock for my wheel in the back and a special lock for my wheel in the front, because people love stealing. I don't know why, people suck sometimes, but they love stealing stuff, and it sucks when you just go up to your bike and it's like missing a wheel and you're like, seriously? I've never got anything personally stolen, except for a bike helmet one time, because I just left it hang in there, and I guess people thought it was up for grabs, but usually it's been pretty good. Oh, and my old bike back in New York, I do have a basket, and what sucks about a basket in New York City, or I guess anywhere else too, is that people think it's a little trash can, and they just want to like throw things in your basket, and so if you leave your bike parked somewhere, like forget it, you're just gonna have trash in your basket for some reason, and it's not cool. One last thing maybe is this pump I just bought at REI. It is frigging awesome. What brand is this? I don't know. Road Morph. If you just look that up, you'll find it. I think it's Toe Peak or something. But it's really cool because it is a mix between a stand-up pump. See, this pulls out. It's a mix between a stand-up pump and a regular small compact bike pump. So it does a really good job at getting to the PSI that I needed to get to. There's no guessing games, and I can really get my tires up to 160 PSI, which is what I need for this bike. So the $15 little tiny compact pump wasn't cutting it for me, and since I live out of my car, I wasn't going to go buy like a real stand-up bike pump, which would be like the best thing to do. So this is so amazing because it's really tiny, and it does a really good job at getting to the right PSI. And there it is, just right on my bike whenever I need it. It is awesome. So awesome. So there you have it. There's a little tour of my bike. My beautiful, beautiful little thing. I love her so much. So yeah, so far on this big long road trip that I'm doing, I have biked around in Portland, Oregon. And then we did a lot of biking in San Francisco. I biked over the Golden Gate Bridge for the 3rd year in a row. It seems to be something I'm doing like every year now, so like why not? And we biked to Sausalito. We also biked back from Sausalito. We did not take the ferry. And now I'm biking around in San Diego. Today I'm gonna do about 30, maybe 40 miles, just biking around, exploring, and see what I find. I'm heading over to Coronado Beach right now. So that should be really sweet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed a little story time with Priscilla on her bicycle. And I hope I've encouraged you even a tiny bit to get on your bicycle or go find a bicycle. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and keep following along on my journey through America as I quote unquote date America. And anyway, thanks for following along. This was really fun. I love talking about bikes, even though I don't know much about them. It's okay though. I love you.